At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vibra Live. My name is Adam, the CEO of Vibra Finance. Got some big news today. A huge announcement, huge trailer being released. You guys haven't seen the Highest of Stakes documentary. The official trailer has been released, and also dates for the movie have been released. I think this is fantastic for the community. All the haters out there, this is going to be their chance to just rip into Richard Hart, let the FUD spew. And Richard's tweet earlier today saying that the old Richard from this movie is dead. It's a new, humble Richard. Richard 2.0 is going to reappear when we see him again on social media. And I'm bullish as hell. I don't know. I knew... we saw the tweet on Hex Lena's account the other day, I believe. Or no, it was the director's account that they said that the official preview was coming today at noon. And I had a feeling that this was going to be a sell the news event. And it was. We got our nice pump yesterday in Hex. I'm looking at eHEX. I look at that primarily. Right now, all the liquidity is on Ethereum. ETH, Bitcoin run the market. So I like to see what's going on there. And we did get a nice little pump, from 7.5 cents to 9.5 cents, or 0.7 of a penny to almost a full penny, almost 20% there. So gotta love that. In the middle of a bear market, we between us, we were prepared for that. We bought some Hex earlier this week down at the bottom, in anticipation of a little sell the news event, and we got it. But now it's on us to pack these theaters, guys. What's up, Torin? Let's see you in there. My man. Hope you're doing well, brother. Can't wait to come down and fish down at your spot there that we see on stream all the time. So the closest one for me, I think, is Philadelphia. And I'm going to try to make it, but I don't think it's going to be possible. But for you, I really am curious to see that. I'm excited. People are buying out the theaters, and that's what we need to do. We need to jam these theaters full, pack them full to the brim. So Hexicans are represented. People outside the community, we start to create some noise. We start to create some bear market blues, start singing the songs and start singing and planting the seeds out there. It's only a matter of time. Richard knows what he's doing. We've been talking about it for a long time. And I think he's going to have to make some kind of public appearance around the launch of this in August. So I'm really looking forward to that. We're 3.5 weeks away until this movie launches. And then you got to think he's going to do some kind of social media tour around there. And that'll get us to September. And by then, I think we shall have seen a nice pump in Bitcoin. There's too many bullish catalysts in the market right now that are going on. But just inside of our own community, we need to come to these meetups. Make yourself present. Make yourself known. Come meet other people. We have the Pulsechain Masterclass in Chicago on July 22nd. That's in 11 days. Wow, I can't believe July is almost over. Nashville in August. Charlotte in September. Atlanta in September. Miami in October, Austin in November, Phoenix in November as well. So this is awesome, guys. We got Pulsechain tour in the country. We got the movie popping off across the whole country, launching right, in 3 weeks from now. Exciting times are coming for us. We're above sacrifice rate in Pulsechain. Can't complain there. And PulseX, you see how fast it can move. Every day, we can just get a nice pump out of the blue. And we're starting to see more volume come in. Looking at the daily candle, we're seeing volume now. We were kind of dead earlier, but this is glimpses of hope here. I know it's diminishing, but guys, we're so close. We're so close to rounding that corner. PZen, I messed that. I haven't bought any. I didn't recommend buying any PZen to anyone on here. I'm just minting like crazy, minting my Zen FTs. And I got like C rank 26. So that'll be, I don't know, 10, 12 million Zen, which is going to be nothing at this point. But it's great to see that it's pumping. It brings eyes on the ecosystem. All we need is one community, whether it's Zen, whether it's Pepe, whether it's Chainlink, whether it's Shib. Well, I'm not Shib. They're building Shibarium, but anybody to come build on Pulsechain, and that's a game changer. This Bone coin, I scooped some of this up. I'm still down a little bit, but I saw Moonbee talking about it too, and I was just looking for Shib ecosystem stuff. And Bone was, I think, the best play besides Shib. So nice to see that pumping. Render, same thing, that's pumping up a little bit, but small liquidity. But I'm curious to see this Render. Nothing's really happened. I want to see what happens when we get a pump on Ethereum. If we'll get a pump on Pulsechain as well. See if there's some kind of correlation now with that. I really want to see Render, Singularity Net, one of these AI coins, even a Alluvium or some of these other gaming coins, Veracity, something over on Pulsechain, Fetch AI. The liquidity on this is pretty much dead, $379. I mean, I bought a bag of it. I don't care. I'm holding it. You never know. This is how you win in crypto. You get in early, and you have to be willing to take the losses. You have to be willing to ride these things down to zero. And that's all right. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But when you win big. We were in these so early, all these blue chips. I mean, Link is moving back and forth, but I noticed the liquidity is starting to move up. We're up to $62,000 in liquidity again, which is significantly higher than all the other altcoins. Quant, $17,000. Let's see what PP's at, $15,000. So we have small liquidity. And that makes me bullish, though. Let's see what Aave was at. That ran up to almost $1 million. And Aave's down to 16K. Wow. So that got ganked real quick. It's all right, though. It's an opportunity. For anybody that missed this God candle back here up to $2. You guys, we were sitting at this 9 cents down here forever. I remember buying this in late May. And it was 10 cents. Right back here, right at the start of the month. We were buying it Memorial Day weekend, watching these candles and just scalping them. And that's how you win, guys. We're so early for this. Pepe, too, just had a huge pump out of the blue. And look at this. Wow, this was today. I didn't even see that. Nice little pump up. But the other day, well, 5 minute. Damn, there's been some degens on this chart, boy. Woo! So look at this pump. No one saw that coming over 2 days. I mean, what did we ran up from 2,100 we did almost a 6X right there to the top of this candle in 2 days. I didn't see anyone tweeting about it or talking about it. So just owning them, spreading some money around and just hodling them, getting in early. You don't have to do degen shit. You don't have to do anything stupid. You could be smart and calculated with these coins. Follow along with what I'm doing. It's very easy. How long have I been talking about SHIB for on here? We got a death candle 3 days ago. If that was a great buying opportunity. And if you still waited, we got another death candle down to 0.5 cent. And now I think that was the ultimate bottom right here. I think for these PRC20s, but we could go lower. I don't care. I have my bags packed. I'm just sitting here relaxing. What's up, Tin Top? Appreciate you stopping in, my man. Hopefully they get you an Aussie screening over here. They need to get something going on for Australians. I know there's tons of support out there, so it's on us though now. We got to sell these theaters out in the United States, spread the word around, get it into smaller markets, and then it'll get picked up hopefully worldwide, and it'll be in theaters worldwide. So I think it's on us. If we pack these theaters, that's what Kinetics was talking about on stream earlier. I think Crypto Heartbeat and Rags are going to have the producers on for a stream. So it'll be curious to see if we can pack these theaters, make some noise, and represent. You guys, this is interesting. It's not coincidence that after Larry Dink comes on TV and starts talking about crypto and blockchain, $500 million has poured into the Bitcoin funds in the past 3 weeks. But exchange inflows are at a cycle low, signaling that it's primarily institutions that feel bullish. They're the ones that, unfortunately, run the markets. All right. BlackRock, the big boys, they got in last cycle. And unfortunately, they're not, in my opinion, they're not going to give us $150,000 Bitcoin, a blow off top. They want to set the ultimate pump and dump for retail. And we've spotted this a mile away. We've been talking about Fidelity for a long time on their website, how they've been adding crypto slowly, HEX Trust, all the stuff that they're doing, that all the companies they're working with, to be that middleman for businesses that want to just jump right in, balls deep. MetaMask Institutional, same thing. All the money's pouring in, and they were loading up. While we were on here reading, JP Morgan says that their rich clients are not interested in crypto. It seems that institutional investments in crypto are not at a high that they were since they were a year ago. And then you look back and it's like, man, I wonder what they were doing at 15K. Clearly they were loading up. They were trying to drill it down to 10K, in my opinion. Richard would have been spot on. But I think they underestimated the amount of people that were willing to hodl through anything. And diamond hands is a real thing now. People are these maxis, not even maxis, but people that believe, like me. I'm hodling some of my 555 hex stakes, That was crazy. That would have been unheard of in 2018, 2019, to be confident in hodling something for the next 15 years and locking it up. Richard created a different mindset across crypto. And that mindset is going to help us win. Just being in Richard's ecosystem, in my opinion, and just giving him time, letting him do his thing. He knows what he's doing. He's just got that pulse on life. He understands human psychology. He understands what the masses are going to do. And the more I'm in crypto, the more the communities I look at, the more things I buy, the more charts I look at. It's like you start to understand what's going on. You can see through things, and you just, I don't know. It's you either pick up more, or you just kind of get lost and leave. And I can't wait, guys. It's on us. We got to pack these theaters. If there's one within an hour drive of you, go show up. I think there's guys that are buying tickets out. My audio's off. Oh shit. Oops, did I really just unplug the microphone? Hold on a second. Oh, wow. I had sound on the camera. No wonder nobody's in here watching. It probably sounded like shit. Does that sound much better? We can hear you, but it sounds funny. Is that better? I had sound coming through the through the camera.
Wow, that's terrible. I should probably just restart the stream, but oh well, guys. Just some beta in there. Nothing you can't go rewatch and crank that volume up. Wow. Yeah, I guess sound doesn't work when you are putting it through your camera. Especially Torin, you're outside there, and then Bluffs, outdoors on your phone. It's hard enough to hear as it is, let alone me probably being at like 10% volume. But yeah, guys, let's pack these theaters up. Let's make noise. And let's get this in theaters across the world. Like I said, look at Crypto Heartbeat. He's going to be doing a stream with Rags and the movie execs and talking about them. I know there's guys that are buying out theaters, and they are just buying tickets for people that can just show up. I'm not sure. I heard that earlier. I'm going to look into that after we get off stream, and I'm sure there'll be much more in the next coming week or two about this. Ticket sale. Wow. All right. So ticket sales have crashed the system. They are resetting. It should be good to go within 60 minutes. All right. That was earlier this morning. So if you're having problems, that's probably why they crashed the website. That's awesome, guys. I want to see that. I want to see all these things, all these seats filled. Even if it's not hexagons, give them to somebody that'll go. Because money is pouring in, guys. They are about to pull the biggest rug ever. Once this ETF is launched and Bitcoin is go Bitcoin to 100K, Bitcoin to $1 million, whatever insane predictions are getting thrown out there. If they're calling, if Bitcoin's it gets to 100 and they're calling for $1 million, it's going to get to like 125. If it gets to like 150-ish, I'll be shocked. But I think they're going to launch the ETF around 80, 90, and people are going to be expecting it to go higher. And that's going to be the ultimate top when we look back on it. The ultimate sell the news event. Depending on when that comes out. I could be wrong. They could launch the ETF in 2 months this year. And I could be completely wrong. But I'm expecting the ETF to come right around the halving. And a nice run up, and then the ultimate dump right on us. Or not on us, but on the unsuspecting grandma, retiree, grandma pension fund. All these people who have money tied up in these very conservative funds are going to be shilled Bitcoin once it's 75K, and it's going to be horrible. So warn everyone buy now. That's what we're doing. We're getting ahead of this. We're savages, and we're going to be selling the green candles. Wow, yeah, this was a big sell the news event. 15% on the day. But it's all right. We made our money here. We knew this was coming. We talked about it behind the scenes that this was going to be a sell the news event. As soon as we knew that this new trailer was coming out, you had to assume that a date for the real launch was going to come after that. So, yeah, guys, boring day. When you see FTX as the winner, I mean, that's just like rubbing salt in the room, rubbing salt in your wounds. I mean, this is a joke at this point. The fact that FTX is now at a $500 million market cap and they're finding money left and right. Sam is getting charges dropped against him. I mean, this thing is one of the most crooked things I've ever seen. The money laundering is insane that went on. The couple hundred shell companies that were in FBF's name. I mean, it runs really deep all the way out to the UK. So I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but just, man, it pisses me off that people that actually lost like their life savings or lost such a big amount that they're not going to come back to crypto for a while, and they're going to end up buying back in when Bitcoin is at, like I said, 75K, and they're going to get wrecked again, and then they'll leave for good. And that's what crypto does to people. I see it all the time. Last week when the human bots came in for the FSM coin, let's see how that's doing. They came in, pumped it like crazy. I mean, this thing is dead since. Hello, Hex Siren. How are you? Thank you for stopping in here. Appreciate it. I mean, guys, if any of us had bought this, we're now pretty much wrecked. I mean, even if you bought the bottom, I mean, it's doing nothing. It's just moving back and forth 15, 20%. And I'm not going to chase these gains on a meme coin. That liquidity is now down to 10K. So this is what happens when you buy green candles. You know, they came in here shilling this thing, bone shit, whatever the hell the name was. And the chart looked great. You know, if you stop right here, and then it's like, yeah, FSM coin, let's go, pumping. Bam, rug pulled. So these are going to come more and more often, and they're going to look sophisticated. So you have to be careful. You know, when you come on to Pulsechain here, and all you degens out there, I know what you do. I know you come here and you go to the 24-hour chart or the 24-hour candle, and you sort it to see what coins are up the most. I know you're doing that. And the scammers are getting good now. They know not to put pools up with USDC. People are recognizing that. Don't buy stuff with USDC. You know, make sure it's a Pulse or PulseX pool. And now they're starting to launch the scams with Pulse. So you got to be super careful out there. You know, really double check. You know, if you're buying into a coin, make sure it's been out there for, I would say, at least 3-4 days minimum. You know, you do not want to buy anything that's new. I'm telling you right now, the scammers are getting more sophisticated. They're catching on. And the more money comes into crypto, the more that they stand to make, the more sophisticated the scams are going to get. So be really careful. Just double check with people. If you're hesitant about something, if something just doesn't feel right, just take a screenshot and send it to someone. There's plenty of people in this community you can reach out to that will actually help you and stop you from doing something stupid. You know, the scams that I see people get sent are just crazy. The emails, like they'll take an email and literally make an O a 0. And take a legit MetaMask email that comes from one of the settings or one of the help sites, and they copy it identically and I think change an O to a 0 and then send it out. And you got to look for the smallest details, even on Twitter. When you're looking on Twitter at stuff, you know, all these scam accounts, I've noticed it in Zen all over the place. You know, you'll see like Zen crypto, but they'll spell it a little bit off. Or they'll buy an old account and they'll change the name underneath. So it's not what you think. So be really careful with that out there. If you're looking and you're on Twitter or Telegram and you're not paying attention. You know, like I said, tons of money is coming into this market, guys. If they're right here, $500 million has poured into Bitcoin funds in the last 3 weeks. I know the Grayscale premium has dipped down into the teens now. We were sitting in the 30% for months, it felt like. And Hedera, guys, this is massive what they're doing. You know, people have talked about using multi-sigs in your account. Social recovery. There's huge problems. What you really need is decentralized recovery. We're doing this open source, open standards. So Hedera is launching the solution. Like multi-sig is a pain in the ass. I've been in crypto every day since 2019 now. So 5 years. And multi-sigs suck. I'm telling you right now. It's not the key to mass adoption. Writing down your seed phrase on a piece of paper and making a copy of it and hiding it and burying it in your back lawn. That's not the future. You know, getting a safety deposit box to handwrite words. That's not the future. You know, Hedera is launching it with decentralized recovery. Like it's coming slowly. These things are going to come. And we don't know whether it's going to be a video game, a play to earn game, a watch to earn, where you can start earning crypto to watch, you know, YouTube, watch videos. All that is coming. You know, FedNow, this is going to be huge. FedNow's rollout will spur major shift for businesses and digital wallets, says Trustly. We have not launched a new retail payment since real-time payments, and the Fed hasn't launched a new payment solution for a handful of decades. So this is a major shift. What's up, Camo Joe? At work listening, my man. Saw you got that hat. Looks fresh to death. Appreciate you stopping in here. Hopefully give you some of that alpha. So guys, this is coming. right, where it's going live in 9 days. At present, there are two types of payment transactions enabled by the Federal Reserve's FedNow: credit transfers and requests for payment. I'd be willing to bet the farm that within the first 12 months of FedNow being live, we're going to see the mass majority of transaction volume occurring through the credit transfer solution. And specifically within credit transfers, business-to-business transactions will find firm footing. It follows that account-to-account transfers will grow across FedNow, just as had been seen with real-time payments, RTP. Whoa. Got rugged there. So, guys, this is going to be a watershed moment in the funding of digital wallets. Historically, there have been two sides to managing those wallets. On the one side, there's the payout where the consumer has money in their wallet and may desire to pay out from that wallet, pushing funds to their primary accounts. That feature functionality will ride over credit transfer rails. The other side to managing a wallet is the pay-in portion, where consumers move money into their wallet account. With FedNow, there's no concept of debit, which means that users have to originate a request for payment. The consumer thus has to originate that with their wallet provider and approve or push money from their bank into their wallet in order for that transaction to go through. Given the friction inherent in the process, where there's the need to validate consumers who are who they say they are, and the transactions are irrevocable, there may not be such traction here, he said. Looking ahead, he predicted that in the future, there will be a fully funded and interoperable range of choices with intelligent routing in the mix. He believes that interoperability between financial institutions enrolled with different payment networks is an inspirational direction for the industry. Additionally, he said that payment limits on both FedNow and real-time payments will continue to increase as the networks mature and evolve. So, guys, that the key said right here, that interoperability between financial institutions is the key. And it's not coincidence that this tweet came out earlier today and talking about how right here, for everyone's clarity. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Enterprises that want to transact on public blockchains are limited when dealing with crypto for gas and transaction fees. They face security threats, friction, and risk of asset losses when relying on the signing and storing with MetaMask on an employee's machine. Quant has removed the friction completely, allowing enterprises to securely and safely transact with any public blockchain without the need to store, sign, or hold crypto for digital asset transactions. Think about that right there, guys. You do not need to store, sign, or hold crypto for digital asset transactions, paving the way for tokenization of trillions of dollars of regulated assets by institutions to transact on any public blockchain and access new investors and liquidity. Guys, this is a game changer. And we've been talking about Quant since last summer when Hex Machina and I were screaming that it was under $50. Please just buy Quant under $100. And still it ran up to like 160, 170, I think. And now we're all the way back at $100. But guys, like, this is coming so fast. Gilbert Verdian is good friends with Rishi Sunak, who is the Prime Minister of the UK, who is super pro crypto. He was so bullish, he tried to launch NFTs in the middle of pretty much the depression over there, in the middle of the bear market. And they were like, bro, you got to calm down. You can't launch this right now. This is not the time to do this. So he worked with Gilbert Verdian in the past. Like, Gilbert is plugged in. Quant is, in my opinion, one of the chosen ones. And I'm stacking Quant right now, not even having to do anything, not having to come out of pocket one dime. I have my Gemini credit card that I got through my exchange. You need a couple exchanges, unfortunately, right now. And I got my credit card through there, and I pay my bill every month so I don't incur any fees. And I get up to 3% cash back, and I can choose from any asset they have on their website. So I've been stacking quant now for months and months on Gemini, paying my regular bills, paying the internet bill, paying the power bill, paying my cell phone bills, just regular stuff that I pay all the time. I'm getting quant now for free, up to 3%. And withdrawals are pretty much free on Gemini now. So between quant paving the way for interoperability, I mean, what did this guy just say from FedNow? He believes that interoperability between financial institutions enrolled with different payment networks is an aspirational direction for the industry. Quant has been building this out for years. Casper has been building out enterprise solutions for years. And now this, removing the friction completely, allowing enterprises to securely and safely transact with any public blockchain. So that means the floodgates are opening, guys, on XLM, XRP, all these open source decentralized ledgers, Hedera, even on Ethereum, and eventually into real DeFi and these layer twos. And I think, shout out Chaos Chris. He's been talking about the layer zero and scaling and where we're headed in the future. Hello, Samantha. How are you? Thank you for stopping in. You're the best. Shout out to all you Texans too. Let's give Texan a little look real quick. There we do. Texan, whoa. Going flat on ETH, and so we are at 503273, and on Pulsechain 505827. So Texan just is going sideways. And guys, this is opportunity. We're Texan perma bulls here. Shout out Rags, Crypto Heartbeat. It's the bear market. It's tough, but I got my HEX. I donated to Ophir. So I'm excited for what the bull market can bring us. With low liquidity come big green candles and opportunity. So if you want to support Texan and the Texas nationalist movement at Texit, this is how you do it right here. And then you can go to the website too, of Texan.cc, and you can get on the mailing list. Texan.cc, you can sign up, and it's great movement, guys. This is how you support people who care. This is how we make change for the better, for good. We as cool as quant is, as much as they're doing and making money off of it, that's great. Like, I'm not supporting quant for any other reason than I can make money off of it, because I have to pick something for my rewards. I have to choose in my ITRUST account between certain cryptos. So I love XLM in there. I love XRP. If they had HEX in there, I'd be loaded up on HEX and Pulsechain, but they unfortunately don't have it. So I'm making money off of this system, and I'm filtering it back into the people I want to support, into Texan and these other smaller communities. The same principles with stacking these altcoins, the Pepe and Aave and Uniswap and Chainlink. I'm stacking these because I want more Pulsechain. I want more PulseX. And the same thing is, but with my Texan, I'm keeping that long term, and I'm supporting them long term. So this is opportunity right now, and it's key to support the people that have been here, that have been working so hard, that don't get all the shine, is these clowns that come in with followings and all of a sudden they're crypto experts, when 4 years ago they were talking about poodles or magic cards, or they got their following eating cheeseburgers. Like, it's ridiculous. So I'm gonna support Texan permanently. Rags' new newsletter, dollarriot.com. Go subscribe if you want some ginger alpha. Send it, even go take your dad's email or your mom's email and go sign up and give them some crypto alpha. Can't hurt. Just don't tell them I said to do that, though. But seriously, Rags is awesome, giving that alpha always. His streams have been on point lately. Like, he goes deep into stuff that, Man, I'm like glued into it. So shout out Rags, he's crushing it. But guys, this is the opportunity time. Like I'm seeing everything being built right now from the decentralized recovery. This solves writing your seed phrase down and hiding it in 3 different places. That does not scale for the next 300 million users that are going to come into crypto. No, they're younger kids that are 14, 15, 16 years old right now that have grown up on this. This is all they know is this cell phone. That's it. They know a phone and they live their lives on it, and that's the future. So I see that. So they don't want to write down a seed phrase. They need this stuff. They won't come into crypto until they have decentralized recovery here where they can say, all right, this is my seed phrase. Here's my 20 friends. I want you to split my seed phrase up between these 20 people. So it takes a half of each word and sends it to one person and splits it all up between them. And then you can control who has your seed phrases. And they can't ever get into it. It just stores it with on I don't know how it works exactly on the back end, but that's pretty much the gist of it. The gist of it. So that's bullish. That's how we need to onboard the next, million people, 2 million people. Same thing with Bitcoin. As once Grayscale legitimizes it, a certain level of people come in. It's not until it's mainstream people feel confident enough. And unfortunately, that's the way it is. We were here early. We spotted the trends. We were forward thinking, but unfortunately, the herd follows along. They're there for the ride. So Grayscale and BlackRock and Fidelity, they have to launch all their stuff, their staking platforms, their stable coins, all of that stuff has to launch before these prices can really pump, in my opinion. They're not going to let us front run the markets that they control. Institutions came into these markets, I think, in like 2016. I would say they were in, if not 2015. I think that bull market in 2015 was the signal that, all right, Bitcoin's here to stay. I think it was, 2015, 16, 17. And Jamie Dimon in 2018 was telling everybody at his company, if you even mention Bitcoin, if you hold Bitcoin, you're fired. It's like, man, how could you work for someone like that? So that's the message he was given. I remember it. I was sitting at my car dealership just on break, scrolling through the news headlines, and I read that Jamie Dimon will fire any employee that mentions Bitcoin. It's like, wow, that's someone that I really want to work with and work for. So it's coming, guys. Quant solving the interoperability. Shout out to Chaos Chris. He's been crushing it, talking about interoperability is the future. Quant is solving that right there. Frictionless transactions on public networks for enterprises. That's huge. This is what we need. They're scared to come on and do anything publicly because they leave trails of it. They don't want to be seen and on the front page of Twitter. Like, they need to do this stuff anonymously and frictionlessly. And this is it, guys. It's coming. And it's not coincidence that this is all launching, and coming public 2 weeks before the FedNow stuff. It's just not coincidence, in my opinion. Hedron on ETH has 20% slippage on all amounts. Why? The liquidity's got to be really thin. The liquidity has to be thin on there, in my opinion. I don't have anything on Ethereum on this wallet, but the liquidity's thin. How could you keep working for? I know, right? Jamie Dimon, he's the man. Axis Alive references stable coins in the last 2 BTC runs was interesting. Yeah, definitely. Stable coins weren't even a thing. You're right. Back then, they weren't even a thing. In 2018, it was Bitcoin and altcoins. It was like, all right, what altcoins were basically your unstable stable coins back then. I mean, it was crazy. Shout out to Axis for that stream. HSBC fired employees that would not sell their crypto. Yep, the hypocrisy of the big boys is terrible. But fortunately enough, we're we wouldn't work for anyone like that. Like, we would rather do it ourselves and take bigger risks that hopefully will pay off. I mean, they have so far. I mean, nothing tells me now. I mean, the price of HEX combined is now 3.1 cents. I mean, that's what I look at. That's the number for me. When I look at where we are, HEX on Ethereum was where all the liquidity used to be. Now it's on Pulse. I get that, but I want to look at the total price. So 3.1 cents. I mean, we bottomed at just under 2 cents combined value. I think that's perfect. I don't think we're going much lower. We could obviously be prepared for anything, but I just don't see with the Fed now stuff, with all the interoperability stuff that's happening right now, all the money that's flooding in, all the ETF headlines coming out there. Like, it's time to pump the markets. I just don't see them rugging the market right now. I feel like they tried to do it and they would have tanked it past 15 or below 15K. Last November. I feel like that back here, this would have kept dropping and we would have hit like 12K in December, but it just was not happening. And that was the bottom. And I think we're going to push up closer now. I think we're ready to springboard up to 35K. Like, it just feels like it now. Like, nothing is rinsing Bitcoin. We had a nice short squeeze last week. It was a week ago when the Fed meeting was. Well, guys, it's summertime. It's so much is happening. It's like losing track of time. The days are like blending in, but that's good. I mean, the bear market is almost over. I mean, I'm stacking the last of my Pulse and PulseX. Got all my altcoin bags packed. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready for SHIB to go on a huge run on Pulsechain. I'm ready for Pepe to go on a run on Pulsechain. Any of the blue chips to go on a run. I mean, shit, look at PZen. 103% in the last 24 hours. Holy Jesus. Like, I never said on stream once to buy PZen. I mean, I told everyone to go mint ZenFTs and to go claim their C rank on Pulsechain, but nothing more than that. And, is this a bottom? I don't know. I mean, the liquidity is only $8,000, so be very careful. I mean, you really can't do much with it. But, I mean, I'm bullish as hell on Zen. I mean, I don't like Jack, but unfortunately, Zen is going to do phenomenal. It has that same pushback that I got from HEX. The only other coin that I've ever shilled with a problem, Zen and HEX. Did I get laughed at and like, dude, you're crazy. No, I hate them. I hate that person. No, I'm not doing that. Rah, rah, rah. And that makes me more bullish. So, I'm minting ZenFTs on Matic, Avalanche, Binance, and Pulsechain. And I got to start a Libre wallet. Watch Chaos Chris's stream if you're into the Libre ecosystem. That being that I think Libre is the bridge between Bitcoin and Ethereum that he's building. It's the Libre wallet. I mean, I already honestly forget. I got to do that. I think it's launching the end of this week, though. But I just know not getting into this stuff early, that's the biggest mistake you can make. I did it last bull run. I had Mana and I had Sandbox. I own bags of both of them. And I only bought like $100 of each one. And they sat there and they did nothing. And what made me sell them is I went to the websites and I looked and said, oh my God, look at the graphics on these. Look at how shitty these look. Who's going to play these things? Who's going to use this? And I sold my bags. And those $100 bags, I had $5,400 mana or 5,400 mana tokens. And it went up to like $4, I think. So do the math on that. $100 would have been over $20,000. And Sandbox was even worse. Sandbox was even cheaper and I had more coins. But same thing, went and looked at it and said, no way anyone's going to use this. This will never pump. So I deserve that for thinking that way. Like crypto, you have to expect the unexpected. Nobody is going to predict what's coming. I mean, you can have, right now the market is bullish. Bitcoin is going to pump over the next month, I think. But is it going to happen tomorrow? In 2 days? Could we rinse down to 27 real quick and annihilate all the longs? Sure. Can we pump to 32K tonight? Sure. You got to just be ready for everything. And I hope all you guys got all your bags packed. I mean, we've been talking about it for months. I mean, even quant, if you want quant, zero risk, go start an account on Gemini and apply for the credit card and just put your regular bills on there and use quant as your cashback token. And now you can start accumulating quant without having to take any risk. You're just spending on your normal bills, groceries, gas, cell phone, internet, all the insurance, the normal stuff. Now you can now start stacking quant, which is a blue chip that I want to hold in 15 years. In 2035, when my 5555s come out, I sure as hell want to be holding quant. I sure as hell want to be holding Casper. I sure as hell want to be holding Algorand. I sure as hell want to be holding XLM. There's certain coins out there that I don't know. I just have that my gut tells me with what they're working on. Hedera, another one I'm so bullish on. HBAR with what they're building. HBAR, hello future. I love HBAR. I love DeFi on there. That's why I'm such a big fan of Saucer Swap. It's completely decentralized, community-driven DEX. You vote if a meme coin wants to get on there, there's a vote in the Discord for the NFT holders in the presale. So I get to control with my share and my money, do I want shit coins on here? And that's awesome. So I love the community. There's other stuff out there that's going to thrive. So when I look 15 years down the road, when these 5555s come due, I want to have the other blue chips on this list that are winning. I want to have exposure to these when we're going to look back and say, oh my God, can you believe the prices back then? I cannot believe I didn't just go all in. It's going to look so easy on a chart when we look back on it. And and I just see it already. It happened this past cycle. I made the mistake of staking just HEX for too much for too long. I wish I only staked 50% of my bag, not anymore. And that was a mistake. But you know what? It'll pay off in the long run. But I needed that short-term money would have made a big difference for me right now. But you know what? I have my HEX and it is what it is. That's how you learn. You have to make mistakes to learn. Anyone that just gets lucky, oh yeah, I hit SHIB. Oh yeah, I'm rich from Pepe. Okay, well, let me see all the other 50 moves you made before Pepe, before SHIB. Because I can tell you now, the stuff that you have to invest in to hit these meme coins, did you invest in Pepe 2.0? Did you invest in Cat Boner Inu? Pepe, Elon, shit. Like, you would have had to go broke on so many coins to hit the one that ultimate moonshot. And it's just a fantasy. It's a pipe dream. It's just not reality. So I'd much rather hold Filecoin. There's two coins, I think, competing for cloud storage. Filecoin and Siacoin. SC, you can get it on Kraken Exchange. So Filecoin was the coin I was earning before I switched it to Quant on Gemini. They're partners with Lockheed Martin. Look them up. And cloud storage is going to be massive in the future. We're just not there yet. So I want to hold a bag of that potentially. I want to hold Near Protocol too. Like, I want to hold XDC. There's certain coins that I want to hold for 15 years, and I don't want to have to buy them when institutions pump them up to 50 cents or, HBAR to 50 cents. And they're selling the mainstream, JP HBAR or Wells Fargo HBAR or BOA HBAR. So you're buying some shitty derivative of these blue chips while they're holding them and staking them and earning the 6.5% through Hedera's institutional staking platform. And retail is just getting wrecked. So they're going to be able to earn that 6% on the blue chip while earning on the fees and selling retail basically a fiat dollar. It's redeemable, but it's not the real coin. And that's where I see it going, is these big companies selling you derivatives of like tokenized stocks, all these tokenized assets. I think you're going to have to swap your stable coins into their ecosystem and then buy them on there. But if interoperability, and they're doing this stuff on open source networks like XLM and XRP, and they're using open source decentralized liquidity pools like what Flare's building out and that stuff, I mean, that's going to be the game changer. But I just don't see the big boys going there yet. I feel like this stuff, That's going to take time for that stuff to really thrive. I think it's going to start with the blue chips and conservative stuff. Like you can go to HEX Trust or go to MetaMask Institutional or Hedera's institutional staking platform and just get an idea for what they're doing and what they're building out for yield for these custodians so they can make their money on fees and holding it for us. So that's all I got for today, guys. Looks like Pulsechain is starting to move up a little bit. HEX is starting to move up on Pulsechain. What's eHEX at? 8.0085. So, yeah, eHEX looks like we might have, got a little pump. So, I'm bullish as hell. I'm stacking my incentive token from now. I'm not swapping it out anymore. I couldn't help it. I swapped it out for HEX. The last 14 of them I harvested. So I'm just going to let these sit now. I'm not touching them. I'm going to let the incentive token ride because I know the same thing as I felt with Mana, as I felt with Sandbox last cycle, as I felt with Matic when I was gloating because we just made facing reality. We just made 100x on Matic. Oh my God, we're the best. Oh my God. And yeah, we just missed out on the next 200x's. So we sold way too early and got all excited. And then a week later started crying. I mean, we're crying, but you learn from your mistakes. And this time is I think the last opportunity for gains like that. We're not going to see sacrifices heading into the next bull market. You know, we're going to see all of the launches. They're all going to be done through these platforms that are regulated, like the security tokens market and the Boston market up there, and the MEMX and the EDX market. Like that's where all this is going. And tokenization of assets is going to be what drives all the value in. And I don't know what platform it's going to be, whether it's but it's going to be an all-in-one that has your tokenized stocks, tokenized bonds, your cryptos, your NFTs, everything on there. And the first one to market is going to have a huge first movers advantage. So I'm going to be playing around in real DeFi though. Admin key, less DeFi, the Richard Hart ecosystem. I'm taking my money that I make from these other coins that I've had staked now, like my bag of Kava, my bag of Osmosis. It's almost about time to stop earning that 20-something% and start putting them into Pulsechain. I just can't see these coins outperforming anything on Pulsechain, whether it's HEX, PulseX, incentive. So you got to be real smart with what you own. Don't spread yourself too thin. Make a plan, stick to it, and put a time frame together. That's the most important thing. I see people, the last bull market, I drilled it into people's heads. Guys, we're selling in November, regardless of what happens. We're selling in November, late at the latest, October, November. And this was in 2020. And sure enough, what happened? Lightning cycles were coming. This time was different. The institutional money's here. Yeah, I heard it all. And I saw so many people hodl these bags that they even held on Voyager, even my Filecoin is still MIA that I had on Gemini that I was earning with my card. I put it in the earn program because it was 7% and it got rugged. So I might have to wait like 5 years to get that 150 Filecoin back. But you know what? I look at it now as like, you know what? That's a stake. I just locked it up for potentially 5 years. And because of HEX, because of that delaying gratification, that long-term mindset, it doesn't put me on crypto tilt where, oh my God, that got locked up. All right, what can I go buy and double up overnight? It's like, I don't think like that at all. And if you do, you got to just take a break because there's nothing. You cannot come into crypto expecting a double up overnight and then nailing it. You're going to be trading on tons of leverage and then you're going to get scam wicked and be broke. Like you have to be in this long term. You have to delay gratification and think, all right, I'm going to buy it now. It's going to go down 20% in the next 3 months and I'm going to still buy. That's the mindset I'm telling everyone that they got to have right now. And if you can do that, you're going to be very happy. You're going to be getting more coins, more bang for your buck. And I promise that this bottom is really, really close to being in. There's so many bullish catalysts. The minute this Ripple lawsuit settles, fireworks. The only FUD that I see is the Mt. Gox coins coming out, but it's literally a tenth of a percent of the normal trading volume that's coming out. So I forget the exact number, guys, but it's so fractional. It's like 140,000 Bitcoin. And go look at the daily volume of the amount of Bitcoin that are sold. So I'm not worried about that. That's really the only FUD I see. Interest rates, the economy, Bitcoin has already proven that when banks collapse, Bitcoin is more bullish. For inflation, Bitcoin's more bullish. So no matter what the narrative is that's negative for our economy, it's bullish for Bitcoin. So HODL strong, my friends. Appreciate everybody that stopped in here today. Hardware, Lindsay, David Lee, Samantha, Torin, Hex Siren, Fishing with Camo Joe. Appreciate all you guys' support. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. XRP is going to $589. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, all right, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow. Probably same time. See ya.
At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.